Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to start the third chapter, anti-hyperlipidemic drugs. So, you knows about what is hyperlipidemia. ഹൈപ്പർലിപ്പിഡീമിയ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താണെന്ന് നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം അല്ലേ, നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്. ഹൈപ്പർ ലിപ്പിഡിമിയ, ഹൈപ്പർ അതായത് കൂടുതലാകുന്നു, ലിപ്പിഡിൻ്റെ അളവ് നമ്മൾ ബ്ലഡിൽ കൂടുതലാവുന്നതിന് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത് ഹൈപ്പർ ലിപ്പിഡിമിക് ഡ്രഗ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So, what is hyperlipidemia means? It is the transport of lipid into plasma occurs in the form of lipoproteins. When concentration of lipoproteins is in the plasma is raised, it leads the condition known as hyperlipidemia or hyperlipoproteinemia. Hyperlipidemia is regarded as a significant risk factor of cardiovascular diseases like atherosclerosis, which may further aggravate the ischemic heart diseases and myocardial infarctions. Today we are going to discuss about anti-hyperlipidemic drugs. So these are the drugs using for the treatment of hyperlipidemia, and it is defined as the class of pharmacological agent that either lower or counteract the raised concentration lipid in the plasma. So these are the also referred as the hypocholesteremic drugs, which may reduce the cholesterol concentration in the blood. So in that one we are discussing about what are the various classification, structural activity relationship and uses. That is the example is a HMG reductase inhibitors, fabric acid derivatives, bile acid sequences, and nicotinic acid derivatives. So these four different classification we are going to discuss in this chapter. Now we can go for the introduction part. So the term hyperlipidemia, or more precisely hypolipoproteinemia, refers to the condition in which the concentration of cholesterol or triglyceride which lipoproteins are elevated above the normal levels. The term hyperlipidemia is restricted to the condition that involve increased level of triglycerides in the plasma. Okay, so these are the basics, or this is the introductions part of hyperlipidemia. So that these drugs which lower the level of lipids and lipoproteins in the blood, mainly അതാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. So these drugs have potential to prevent the cardiovascular diseases by returning the accelerated atherosclerosis by hyperlipidemous individuals. Then we can see the atheroma is the focal disease of edema of large and medium size arteries. So atherogenesis involved several stages. The first stage is endothelial dysfunction with altered Pg and NO synthesis. Then second one is the monocyte attachment, and third one is the epithelial cell bind LDL, and fourth one is oxidatively modified LDL is taken up by the macrophages, and fifth one having taken up oxidized LDL, these macrophages migrate subendothelially. Then sixth one is the atheromatous plaque formation. So these are the condition. These are the condition of atherogenesis. Okay. Now we can classify hyperlipidemia or hyperlipoproteinemia. This is the primary and secondary. So primary means what they are generally genetically determined and derived in the two major groups. The first one is those are caused by inherited single gene defect called monogenetic hyperlipidemia. Monogenetic hyperlipidemia. And second class of drugs we have those caused by combination of multiple genetic factors that act along with the environmental causes such as dietary, physical activity, and especially these type of things we are called as a multifactorial or the polygenic hyperlipidemic agent, lipidemic drugs. Okay, this next one is the secondary hyperlipidemic case. So these are the associated with the more generalized and metabolic disturbance such as diabetic mellitus, hyperthyroidism, and chronic alcoholism. Some drugs like thiazide derivatives and beta blockers, especially propranolol and atenolol, then estrogens and retinoids. These are the drugs may cause the hyperlipidemia. Okay, so the primary and secondary hyperlipidemic things. Now we can go for the drugs which were inhibiting the hyperlipoproteins in the blood, or we can call anti-hyperlipidemic drugs. That is a HMG CoA reductase inhibitors. That is simply we can call is our statins. Then bile acids sequestrants. Then third one is a fabric acid derivatives, and fourth one is nicotinic acid. Then miscellaneous. Okay, that one we are going to discuss one by one. Then we can go for the before that we are going to discuss what are the different type of hyper cholesterolemia or hyperproteinemia. There is a type 1, that is a Berger-Rist syndrome, otherwise called it is a primary hyperlipidemia, or otherwise we are calling it familial chylomicronemia. But how it is happening means it is a increased lipoproteins by chylomicron by reduced LPL. How we can treat? We can treat by the diet control. Then type 2A, that is a polygenic hypercholesterolemia or familial hypercholesterolemia. How it is increasing the lipoprotein means LDL and the triglycerides. How we can reduce? That is, we can reduce by bile acid sequences and statins and niacins. And type B2, that is a combined hyperlipidemia. How it is increase the lipoprotein in the blood is VLDL and VLDL. How we can treat such type of things? It's a statin, niacin, and fibrates. Then type 3. It's a rare case. It is a familial dis beta lipoproteinemia. That is the ideal. We can treat by fibrates and statins. Then type 4, it is a familial hyperlipidemia, is a VLDL. We can treat by fibrates, niacin and statins. Then fourth one is a very rare one, rarest one. It is the endogenous hypertriglyceridemia. It's mainly എന്താ പറ്റുക വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ LDL-ഉം VDL-ഉം chylomicron increase ആവും. So that means we can treat with neomycin and fibrates. So these are the various types of hypercholesterolemia. Okay, well, these are the various type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, now this is the basic mechanism of action. How generally we can see this, what is the mechanism of action of hyperlipidemia. So you know what is the thing and what is happening means from the diet we are in our body cholesterol synthesis, or sometimes it is a biosynthetic pathway also, it is a cholesterol is increasing, then it is a cellular uptake of cholesterol, then it is formation of steroidal hormone, and it is stored in the granules. This is the mechanism, or this is the method of lipid or cholesterol present in our body. Here we can see what are the various steps it is inhibiting, various stages it is inhibiting drugs for the cholesterol synthesis. So mainly we can see here biosynthesis. HMG co-reductase is inhibiting. That means especially our statins are inhibiting the cholesterol in the serum, and also it is inhibiting LD. This stage also it is inhibiting. Then another one we can see it is the bile acid sequence. It is a reabsorption, which is inhibiting the reabsorption of the cholesterol. It is inhibiting, and the fibrates, what it is doing? It is doing the lipoprotein catabolism. Lipoprotein catabolism. So these all are the ways to we can degrade the cholesterol in our the way it is, the drugs which are using for reduce the cholesterol in our body. Mainly, it is interfering with the biosynthesis of cholesterol, and also reabsorption of cholesterol, and other drugs which are involved in interfering with the lipoprotein catabolism in the blood. Okay, these are the various mechanisms. This simple way of the schematic representation of uh, this hypercholesterolemia drugs. Okay, now we can go for the first classification, HMG co-reductase inhibitors. That is otherwise called as statins. So these are the drugs comes under this HMG co-reductase inhibitors. That is lovastatin, simvastatin, pravastatin, fluvastatin, atorvastatin, rosuvastatin. These are the important drugs comes under this HMG co-reductase enzymes inhibitors, or otherwise called statins derivatives. Okay, before that, HMG coenzyme reductase inhibit the lower the mechanism of action. The basic mechanism of action is HMG CoA reductase inhibit the lower plasma cholesterol by three related mechanism. First one is the inhibition of cholesterol biosynthesis, and second one is enhancement of receptor mediated LDL uptake. Then third one is reduction of VLDL precursors. So inhibition of HMG co-reductase enzymes cause an initial decrease in the hepatic cholesterol, and compensatory mechanism result in the enhanced expression of HMG CoA reductase and LDL receptors. The net result of all this product or this effect is a decrease the cholesterol synthesis and receptor mediated LDL uptake. So total or overall lowering plasma of LDL level. Then we can see the structures. What is HMG co-reductase enzyme? So enzyme inhibitors mainly containing three components in the structure. One is a lactone ring, another one is a bicyclic ring, another one is the ethylene bridge. So lactone ring is a sensitive to the stereospecificity of it, ability to ring the hydrolyzed and length of the bridge. And another one is a bicyclic ring. It could be replaced with other lipophilic rings, and size and shape of it is important for the activity. Then ethylene bridge means it's the connection between this lactone ring and bicyclic ring. Okay. So these are the important structures contained the HMG CoA reductase inhibitors നമുക്ക് ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന മൂന്ന് കോമ്പണന്റ് ആണ്. It is a lactone ring, bicyclic ring and ethylene bridge. So now we can go for the SAR of HMG co-reductase enzyme. Mavastatin and levastatin is the lead compound in the development of HMG RI inhibitors. Lactone ring and bicyclic ring, ethylene bridge are very important for the activity. Pravastatin is the ring open hydroxy acid, which 6 hydroxyl is a 6 hydroxyl group present in. Okay, 6 hydroxyl group present in the more hydrophilic than the levastatin. So it has low penetration to the peripheral tissues and a less side effect. Okay. And mainly we can see the common to all statins such as the 3,5-dihydroxycarboxylate is essential for the inhibitory activity compound containing a lactone and the products requiring for in vivo hydrolysis. The absolute stereochemistry of 3 and 5 hydroxy group must be same as the mavastatin and lovastatin. And another one is another important thing is a double bond present between the C6 and double bond present in the C6 and C7 can either increase or decrease the activity. The ethyl group provide the optimal activity of the compound containing ring A and the heterocyclic ring like a pyrrole ring of atorvastatin. The ethinyl group is optimal for compound which other ring such as indole and pyrimidine rings in the fluvastatin and serivastatin. Okay, fluvastatin and that indole ring and okay, and ring A subclass. It is a decolon ring is essential for the anchoring the compound to the enzyme active sites. Replacement with the cyclohexane ring result in the 10,000 fold decrease in the activity. Stereochemistry of the ester side chain is important for activity. The conversion of this ester to ethers resultant to decrease the activity. Methyl substitution at the R2 position increase the activity. Example, simvastatin is more potent than levastatin. Then beta hydroxy group substitution at the R1 position enhance the hydrophilicity and provide some cellular specificity. These are the important SAR of ring A subclass. Now we can go for the ring B, either 0 or 1 or like a 5 or 6 member heterocyclic ring. The parafluorophenyl cannot be coplanar with the centric aromatic ring. Okay, especially structural restraints to cause coplanarity have resulted loss of activity. R substitution with aryl group or the hydrocarbon chains enhance the lipophilicity and inhibitory activity. Now we can, these are the important thing for the class ring A and ring B class. These are the important common SAR of statins. So common side effect for this one is a headache, nausea, bowel upset, rashes, raise the serum transaminase, myopathy. This is a common factor for the nicotinic acid gemfibrozil and CYP inhibitors given concurrent. So mainly statins are used to the first choice of the primary hyperlipidemia raised with LDL and CH level. They are having the first choice of drug for this lipidemia in diabetic mellitus. Now we can go for the second class of drugs. This is the fibric acid derivatives. The fibric acid derivatives, these are the drugs like clofibgrate, gemfibrozil, and fenofibrate, ciprofibrate, benzofibrate. So these all are the important class of drug comes under fibric acid derivatives. Clofibgrate, clofibric acid is converted into clofibrate, or clofibrate is converted into clofibric acid, then gemfibrozil, fenofibrate, and ciprofibrate, and bezafibrate. So these all are the fibric acid derivatives. What is the mechanism of action of these fibric acid derivatives, especially clofibrate and gemfibrozil? Both drugs cause the decrease the plasma of triacylglycerol level by stimulating lipoprotein lipase activity, thereby hydrolyzing triacyl glycerols in the chylomicron and VLDL, and thus the hastening the removal of these particles from the plasma. In contrast, HDL level rise moderately. Okay, animal studies show that the fibrates can cause the lower of plasma cholesterol by inhibiting cholesterol synthesis in the liver and by decreasing biliary excretion of cholesterol into the fecals. The fibrates also appear at the lower plasma fibrogen level. Okay, then SAR of fibrates. So mainly we can see in the structure, we can see an aromatic ring അല്ലേ, ഒരു aromatic ring ഉണ്ടാവും, പിന്നെ ഒരു സ്പേസർ ഉണ്ടാവും, മെയിൻലി ഇത് ഓക്സിജൻ ആയിരിക്കും. ദിസ് ഇസ് ദ ഓക്സിജൻ. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ക്ലോഫിബ്രേറ്റ് എടുത്തുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അതിനകത്തുള്ള ബേസിക് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്ട്രക്ചർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഹാവിങ് എൻ അരോമാറ്റിക് റിംഗ് ആൻഡ് സ്പേസർ ഇൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ദിസ് അരോമാറ്റിക് റിംഗ് ആൻഡ് അതർ സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട്സ്. Then dimethyl group will be there and carboxylic acid derivatives there. Okay, so this is the common structure for the fibrates. So mainly is the isobutyl alcohol, isobutyric acid group of essential for the activity. Then compound containing an ester such as clofibrate and fenofibrate are products which recur on in viva hydrolysis. The substitution at the para position of aromatic ring, which a chloro group or chlorine containing isopropyl ring, produce a compound with a significant longer half-life. The most of the drugs containing the phenoxy isobutyric acid, the addition of an M propyl spacer as seen the gemfibrozil result the active drugs. So these are the clofibrate and fenofibrate. So this is the gemfibrozil. So these are the important drugs comes under this derivatives. Then what is the adverse effect of this one is that it is a skin rashes, body ache, and impotence. Then gemfibrozil and statins risk of the myopathy, and incident of gallstone is seen some with clofibrate. Then contraindicated during pregnancy. So these are the drugs comes under fabric acid derivatives. There is no synthesis you have to study in these chapters. So now the third discussion is a bile acid sequestrants. So mainly we have to see the two structures like cholestyramine and cholestyropol. Cholestyramine and cholestyropol we have to study comes under this bile acid sequestrants. Okay. So mainly എന്താന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ these two drugs chemically anion exchange resins. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെയൊക്കെ കോമൺ ആയിട്ടുള്ള കോളിസ്ട്രിൻ റെസിൻസിലും കോളിസ്ട്രിപ്പോളിലും മെയിനായിട്ടുള്ളത് ദീസ് ആർ ദ കെമിക്കലി anion exchange resins. So they selectively bind the and exchange the negatively charged atom or molecule with another. The chlorine ion of cholestyramine can be replaced by exchange with other anions like bile acid, which have greater affinity of the positively charged functional group as on resins. So the bile acid sequestrants are cholestyramine, cholestyropol hydrochloride, cholevelenum, and this also called as bile acid binding resins and ion exchange resins. So we can see the discussion about cholestyramine. It is a non-absorbent bile acid sequestrant that is also used in the therapy of hyperlipidemia and for the pruritus for the chronic liver disease and biliary obstructions. In a large, high positively charged ions exchange resins that bind negatively charged ions such as the bile acids. The binding of bile acid to the cholestyramine creates an insoluble compound that cannot be reabsorbed and it is excreted through the fecal matter. This is the basic mechanism of action behind the cholestyramine. What is the mechanism of action of bile acid substituents? These drugs are lower the LDL level by indirectly increasing the rate of LDL. It's a clear LDL is cleared by bloodstream stream. Then under normal condition, approximately 97% of bile acids are reabsorbed into intrahepatic circulation. These drugs are not absorbed but orally absorbed, not absorbed, but locally on GIT to the interrupt this process. Results the decrease the concentration of bile acid in the liver. The removal the feedback inhibition of 5,7 alpha hydroxylates and increase the hepatic conversion of cholesterol to bile acids and compensatory effects like a decrease in the liver cholesterol, increase the expression of LDL, and induction of HMG CoA reductase. Now we can see the SAR of bile acid sequence, especially cholestyramine is a copolymer consisting primarily of polystyrene with a small amount of divinyl benzene as a cross-linking agent. In addition, it is containing more some fixed quaternary ammonium groups. These positively charged group functions as a binding sites of anion. Then next drug is celeprostol is the copolymer of tetraethylamine, ethylene pentamine, and epichlorhydrin. It is containing basics and secondary and tertiary amines. The total nitrogen content of cholesterol is greater than cholestyramine. The functional ion exchange capacity of resin depends upon the intestinal pH and may be less than cholestyramine. The absorption capacity of cholestyramine for the bile salt is more than the cholesterol. Now we can go for the next class of drug is nicotinic acid derivatives. So nicotinic acid, nicotinic acid is there, nicotinamide is there, that's our niacins. Okay. So what is the mechanism of action of nicotinic acid? It mainly action appear due to the inhibition of hepatic synthesis of release of VLDL, which leads to the reduction in VLDL and IDL level in the addition. In addition, nicotinic acid causes the decrease in the release of free fatty acid from the adipocytes, thereby decreasing hepatic production of triglyceride synthesis because of an additional effect activation of lipoproteins lipase. There is a decrease in the plasma triglyceride which is associated with the increased HDL-C level. So niacin, you can see the chemistry of what is the mechanism of action. It is a vitamin B3, niacin. It is a lipid lowering properties require much higher doses than when used in the vitamin. Effective and inexpensive, often used in the combination with the other lipid lowering agent. And mechanism of action, it is a increase the activity of lipase, lipase and break down lipids, reduce the mechanism of action of reduce the metabolism of cholesterol and triglycerides. So mainly it is indicating the effective lowering triglycerides, total serum cholesterol and LDL. So these are all the things we have discussed in the anti-cholesterolemia. Mainly we have to discuss in the four things, that is the first one is the statin derivatives, then fabric acid derivatives and the bile acid substituents and niacin. Only four type of drugs only we have to study in this chapter. No need to study the synthesis, you have to study the structures and the basic SAR of, especially with the statin derivatives, fabric acid derivatives, only we have to study SAR, and all the structures should be studied. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.